knockouts, 2 draws. German Ancajas, one of the longest reigning champions we have in boxing. Slim been a champion since 2016 when he beat, was it McWilliams or was it McJoe? I think McJoe Arroyo, the Puerto Rican twin. Okay? Yeah. But what has the man done since 2016, since he became a world champion? Jerwin Ancajas. To me, Jerwin Ancajas is wasted talent and a waste of a world champion. I got nothing against the kid. As a matter of fact, I was a big fan. I liked watching this guy. I remember when he fought on the Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn undercard in Australia. He fought this Japanese dude and he beat the shit out of him. Knocked him out, stopped him in the 7th round. Brutal devastation. I thought this guy was going to be, he was marketed as a protege of Manny Pacquiao, you know what I mean? A guy who was on Manny Pacquiao promotions got brought over there by Top Rank. But this guy has done absolutely nothing since 2016. You know what I'm saying? Shame on the man, Jerwin Ancajas. Jerwin Ancajas since 2016 has not even been involved in any unification. And not because he's the boogeyman. Nah, that ain't how it goes. He ain't the boogeyman. It's because this guy been hiding, holding that strap, that IBF strap he beat from McJoe Arroyo. He been holding that strap hostage in the Philippines ever since. Okay? Like I said, this guy was stopping fellas, making fellas quit on their stool. You know what I mean? He stopped the guy, that Mexican dude, Israel Gonzalez, who I thought beat the man Kaya Fai. And at that particular time, that was the fight to be made. I remember I was talking about that on my YouTube channel. Kaya Fai versus Jerwin Ancajas. Let's make that happen. WBA with Kaya Fai at the time. And of course, Jerwin Ancajas. Nothing materialized. You know what I'm saying? And all these guys that he's fought ever since, man, I've never heard of these guys, man. He fought a guy, the last time he fought was in 2019. How is this man still holding a strap? And he last fought in December of 2019. Well over a year. And he's just there languishing in obscurity with this strap and not doing anything with it. Shame on him. Because fellas like Chocolatito versus El Gallo's happening this weekend. Unification. Now, maybe he's sitting around waiting for these two guys to beat the hell up out each other, right? And possibly get the winner for a big payday. If that's the case, then hey, I ain't even going to be mad at you. But just from your track record since 2016, you ain't been about that life, Slim. And it's a damn shame because Jerwin Ancajas is a guy who I think is a talented fighter. You know what I mean? Very good fighter, but how good is he if he's not testing himself? You know what I mean? From the Philippines, a southpaw at that, just like Manny Pacquiao. I'm sure he could give a lot of fighters at the super flyweight division. He could give them a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? The best names on his resume, I'd say, is probably the Jamie Conlon, because Jamie Conlon was undefeated when he fought the guy. That's the guy, that other Conlon brother. You know what I'm saying? The Conlon kid who won, I think, a silver medal in the 2012 Olympics, got robbed in the 2016 Olympics, and he's now a professional. And look at fellas like Shakur Stevenson. Them fellas been surpassed this guy. Is it Michael Conlon, right? So that's the best name I'd say he's fought on his resume. You know what I mean? Everybody else, he never beat no undefeated fighters. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's a damn shame because we've been looking, at least I have, you know, I follow all divisions. And there's no reason why this guy as a world champion should be defending his title against fellas who have 7 to 8 losses when there's fights to be made out there to unify the titles, you know what I mean? And if you know B-March Boxing, that's all I'm about, man. I already gave y'all a blueprint for every fighter out there, you know? One voluntary, at least fight 3 times a year. One voluntary, one voluntary, one mandatory, and at least one unification. You know what I mean? How about that, man? If every fighter did that 3 times a year, boxing would be in a better place. But when you got fellas like Jerwin Ancajas, he probably thinks us over here in the United States, we not paying attention. Well, I am. You're just not known in the Philippines. You're not known in the USA because of your actions. You can't be like Manny Pacquiao if you're going to hold that strap hostage. So my advice to the man, Joey Ancajas, pull up your socks, pull up your bootstraps, and get in the ring and fight somebody. Give up the strap or fight somebody. I'm tired of Joey Ancajas holding that strap hostage and being a champion since 2016. He ain't no boogeyman. He ain't Adonis Stevenson at 175. Yeah. And I dare anybody come tell me some goofy stuff about Adonis wasn't the boogeyman when Andre Ward and Kovalev refused to fight that man. Carl Froch refused to fight that man. Mikhail Kessler, all these guys. I could go on and on. So it is what it is. B. Marsh Boxley, your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about this Filipino guy by the name of Jerwin Ancajas. And I'm a kind of guy, and what they call him pretty boy. Well, you gonna stay a pretty boy, Jerwin Ancajas, if you're not fighting nobody. You know what I mean? I like fighters from all over the planet, and especially from fighters who come from poor, desolate countries and make a name for themselves in the United States and become that dude. Well, Jerwin Ancajas, he's just been sitting pretty on that IBF strap and not challenged himself. And Chocolatito and El Gallo need to be commended and respected and applauded for doing what this guy hasn't done for 5 years. Joe Renancajas. B. Marsh Boxley, your thoughts and comments. I'm gone. Peace.